In our previous video, we talked about the point-slope form of the equation of a line, and although we will frequently use the point-slope form to write the equation of a line, another form that can be very beneficial is the slope-intercept form. And as its name suggests, the slope-intercept form is useful because it provides us with the slope and the y-intercept of the line. So the slope-intercept form of a line with slope m and y-intercept b is y equals mx plus b. And one note is that an equation is in slope-intercept form when it is solved for y. And once we have it in this form, then the coefficient of x gives us the slope of the line, and the constant gives us the b value, which is the y value of the y-intercept. In our example, we are going to use the given conditions to write an equation for the line in both point-slope form and slope-intercept form. So we are given 2 points through which the line passes, but remember, in order to write the equation, we need both a point and the slope. So the first thing that we're going to do here is to find the slope of the line. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I call this point 1, and I call this point 2, then I will end up with 2 minus a negative 2, and again, be careful, don't lose either of your signs there. This minus comes from the formula, and this negative comes from the value of y, over 1 minus 3. So we have 2 minus a negative 2 is the same as 2 plus 2. So 4 over 1 minus 3 is negative 2. And again, remember, we want to simplify the slope as much as we can. So 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. So we have a slope of negative 2. And in order to use the point-slope form, we need a point and the slope. Well, we have the slope and we have 2 different points, but it turns out that we can use either one we want to. I'm going to choose to use point 1, or what I've identified as point 1. You could have used point 2, and you're still going to end up with the same equation in the end. It's just a matter of what it looks like in point-slope form. So we have y minus y1 is equal to m quantity x minus x1 closed quantity. So if I use the slope of negative 2 and the point 3 negative 2, remember y is y is y, y is never going to change, minus y1, in this case is negative 2, is equal to, the slope is negative 2, times quantity x minus x1 is 3. And we want to simplify this as much as we can, so we have 1 plus 2 is equal to negative 2 times quantity x minus 3 closed quantity. And that would be the point-slope form of the equation of this line. However, it also asked us to write it in slope-intercept form, and so slope-intercept form is actually going to be this same equation, but solved for y, because remember, in order to be in slope-intercept form, it has to be solved for y. So to solve it for y, the first thing I'm going to do is to distribute the negative 2. So I get y plus 2 is equal to negative 2x plus 6. Subtract 2 from both sides, and I get y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. And this would be the slope-intercept form of this particular line. Now, you remember I said that we actually would have different answers for the point-slope form if we used different points. Well, we're still going to have the same answer regardless of which point we use when we write it in slope-intercept form. And so that's why you'll oftentimes see the question ask for the answer to be in slope-intercept form, because then everybody's looks exactly the same.